My name is Beth Welch. Today is October 11, 2014. I started saying 1947 because today's my birthday too. I'm 67. I'm now in Raeford, North Carolina at the Skydive Paraclete XP drop zone. I started skydiving in 2013. Started with one tandem and ended up with 5 tandems, and went through the AFF course and had to drop out for a while, personal reasons. Then started again this year. Came up here and got into the program and got a license June 26, A71180, and it's in this month's issue of Parachutist magazine. And I thought about framing the page. I entered my first scrambles meet this weekend, and I had 3 jumps yesterday with the most awesome people in the world. No one could pick a better group to start with. I had Matt Davidson here, the Golden Knight, that's me. Ben Gillespie, I believe he's an AFF instructor, I don't know how many thousand jumps. James was video. Sherry Butcher, President of the Board of Directors of USPA. Although I'll have to say I didn't know a lot about them when I jumped yesterday, and it's just as well because I am totally starstruck. I had the best time, and in awe of all these people with these thousands of jumps, and I have like 64, somewhere in there. But you just can't pick better people to learn from. And I had to almost be talked into signing up for that. I thought there's going to be a lot of people there that they have all these jumps, and me with my few. Well, a friend said, Beth, you will never get this opportunity again. Sign up for it. So I said, okay, I did. She's been good to me and coached me, and so, okay. I said, I'll give it a shot, what can happen. Well, what happened was that I learned so much from these 3 people who were so patient, and I told them, talk down to me. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this. And they did. They had to kind of dumb it down just a little to, come down to my level. I didn't know the terminology. I had no idea what to expect. But I jumped in, and they took care of me, and I learned so much. It was incredible. I can't believe I almost considered not doing this. Anyone starting out, you want to know something about it, call me. The people around here, the people in the skydiving community are so friendly. They're so down to earth. They will tell you, take the time to talk to you. I went around trying to collect signatures. I wanted everyone's. It didn't matter who they were. I wanted everyone's. And I didn't have to know whose it was. But I did. I was running out of room on my picture. So, and I still need to get a couple of team members. I'm running out of things to say. I just love skydiving. I have always, looked up at the sky and thought, gee, what would it be like to be up there? And when I was growing up, girls just didn't do this, at least not around where I came from. And even then, you get involved in life and marriage and family and job and other priorities. But now I retired, I made a bucket list, and this was one of the things on it. And now just about everything is dropped off the bucket list because I measure how many jumps can I get out of this. Well, I'd rather have the jumps, so lots of things come off of the bucket list after that. I have had the best time here and learned. This is a life experience. I've never done anything like this. It has describe the jump yesterday. The first one, I was terrified, and there's no two ways around it. First jump, I knew these people were experienced. I didn't know how much, as I said, just as well. You know, when you go up, you do kind of something, and it's the first time you've done it, and it's sort of important to you, and you get there, and you can't remember your name. And I got up, and we're out, and I'm thinking, what? Why am I here? You know, and all of a sudden, you know, Matt looked at me, and I thought, oh yes, I'm skydiving, it's four-way, and I started working at it, and I did one thing wrong, which I knew was wrong as soon as I did it. I reached for a leg gripper, and you know, you don't reach out in the sky because it flips you over. Well, it did. And I was on my back looking up at the three of them, looking down at me. So I got over, and I went back up to them, and I tried again. And I made another mistake too, but we got down, we got 3 points out of it, and they said that was great for a first jump, and I believe them. The second jump, we got 9 points. Did much better. It wasn't as new. It was still incredible, and every time I looked at Matt across from me, he was grinning, and that made me grin. All the rest of them were. We had such a good time. Fourth jump, third jump, 5 points, and went out of the CASA. I've never been down the back of a plane. It's kind of like a sliding board, which to me was a little unnerving. They seemed fine, and so I took my cue by then from them. Just held on, and we got out and ended up with 5 points on that. I was so looking forward to the jump today. We've been winded out, and it's been called. We were not in last place, not in first either, but that's okay. It was incredible. I would not trade a second of that for anything. I would do it again in a flash. I don't know what else to say. It's just, I wouldn't trade this for anything. I have a life, you know, back in South Carolina, and I have this life here, and I am just loving it. That's it.